Here we go. The Urban Farmhouse and Priscilla Koch. Wait until you see the setup that this gal has for us. Hi, I'm Greg Hollenbach, and as we lead up into the holidays here, and everybody's looking, how can they support local? How can they get some cool, unique gift ideas? We got that for you here, and I need to introduce her to you. It's Priscilla Koch, and how are you from the Urban Farmhouse? It's good to see you, Priscilla.
Aw, thanks, Greg, and thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, look at the effort that you put into this, unless this is just your everyday life, Priscilla, which I might think that it is. But what a cool setup. And you have just a variety of shrubs, right? I learned a new terminology, but this is drinking vinegar as well. Let's start at the beginning, though, before we start looking at all these cool varieties. How did you get into the business of drinking vinegars?
Oh my gosh. So this actually started in 2019, not the business part of this, but just the fact of me taking vinegar. I was having some gut health issues, and I had a friend say, "Hey, try vinegar straight." And I was trying Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and I think all of us have it in our cupboards. I tried this for 3 weeks, and it did not help me whatsoever. Matter of fact, I think it kind of made the whole thing worse because it's really hard to stomach it to begin with. So I kept going though. All right. But I didn't, I actually, I read an article, and the article was, "What is a shrub?" And it was these liquids. It was these gorgeous liquids instead of a green bush. And that started it. So I started putting together my own little versions of shrubs. My very first one was a pear, vanilla, ginger, and it had sugar in it. And that was my first one. And I took my shrubs for about 9 months. It was anywhere from a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half in a glass of water, but it took 9 months and it cleared up the gut health imbalance that I was having.
It's interesting. The interview before you, we were talking to a gentleman who owns Denver Bone Broth. And it's like we have
Mhm.
this kind of gut health theme going on here. But honestly, everything begins from your gut, your immune system. I mean, everything begins there. So here you are, and you've got this great product that you have and offerings. So this was something that you kind of started to produce for yourself, and then other people said,
Mhm.
"Hey, Priscilla, I'd like some too. Hey, hands up here." How did it work out to where you actually wanted to bring it to market, Priscilla?
So it was my husband actually. So this was the end of 2020, and I was taking my shrubs every single morning, and I do this on an empty stomach as well. But he said to me again at the end of 2020, he goes, "If this helped you, what if it helps somebody else?" And honestly, it was like a little light bulb kind of went off. And I said, "Okay, let me try." Starting in January, I got my licenses so I could go and sell this. I started researching where I can sell it at. Farmers markets. Farmers markets are a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to bring something like this to it. And that actually started relationships with other vendors who sell products that I buy from them that go into my shrubs. Um, but yeah, so 2021 was my first year of selling at farmers markets. This is my second year, almost the end of the second year going into this, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going with this. I constantly I tell my husband, I go, I look forward to where I can go with it. How much
Mhm.
further can I take this?
Yeah.
So,
And I see it just, there won't be an end because I know passion when I see it. And this is a passion project. And it just tells in the beauty of not only your presentation, but the artisan liquids that you have inside. Can we go through some of these varieties, please?
yes, yes. Okay. So again, I make 59 different varieties of these right now, and some of these are a little more seasonal, such as the elderberry. Okay, my elderberry comes out of the Gunnison area, and I have elderberry right here. And inside of this, there literally is only Bragg's apple cider vinegar and elderberries. Okay, there are um, no particulates, I should say. Like this all gets strained, so there's no chunks in any of these. All right, but elderberry, that's been a really popular one for the season. My other one here. So this one is the farmhouse fire. And farmhouse fire actually takes 5 weeks to go and make this. Okay, I'll bring it a little bit closer. Maybe you can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, takes 5 weeks to make it. It has 11 ingredients in it. And this one, and again, you shake all of these before you go and pour
Hmm.
anything out. But the color of that is just beautiful. And that's turmeric that's given it the color it has. It's awesome. That is an awesome one. One of my other seasonal ones, and it is my cranberry rosemary. Okay, another great one right here. And if we look at the side of it, okay, you'll actually see pulp and mother that have settled down in these bottles. And
Mm.
this is why it's important that you have to shake these before you move on to using them. Okay.
Now, why do I want to make dressings out of some of these?
Because vinegar and olive oil is one of our most basic salad dressings ever. And yet you can leave out the olive oil for any of these and just use them as they are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are 100% organic ingredients in every single one of these. I use Bragg's apple cider vinegar. So it is raw, it is unfiltered, and it's organic. Okay. It's nothing but goodness inside these bottles. The bottles themselves, the outside, these are all Italian made bottles. You look at the bottom of any one of these and you'll see Italy imprinted on it. And
Now,
I
but
have what I think is,
hang on, Priscilla.
yeah,
These bottles are just for show, though. Those aren't for your customers, right? I mean, you must send those out in some other kind of. Or,
no, these are all for customers. When you
what?
buy from me, you get one of these flip top bottles right here. I send this.
Oh, wow! Holy
Yeah,
cow!
I love these bottles.
Yeah, well, I can imagine, and I bet you when somebody gets those bottles, they're reused and reused and reused for many purposes inside of their kitchen. So that's kind of a cool additive just in itself, right?
It is. And I tell folks that I will literally pay them cash money if they bring that bottle back to me, preferably empty. I would like to see it. They don't have to clean it, nothing like that. I'll take care of that part, but I will definitely reuse that bottle. And here's what I have found that a lot of people will keep their bottles because they're reusing them. They put their own little uh, uh, recipes down inside of these. And
Yeah,
you can put anything in these that you want to. It can be a
absolutely.
dry good, it can be a liquid.
So you have a foodie apron on that I
I,
see there.
yeah,
Do you know your way around the kitchen? Do you love to cook?
I think so. I get a kick out of experimenting, and that's really what has happened with the whole 59 varieties.
Yeah,
But
I get
you
it.
can take any of this, and again, I like doing my little test where I experiment on myself sort of before I, tell somebody this. But you can take vinegar and put it into practically any recipe, especially something that's calling for a some sort of acid, maybe a lemon juice. But you
Mhm.
can still use one of these, and it's going to zhuzh up that flavor. It's awesome.
Well, I'm kind of like you to where I will take that apple cider vinegar, and whether it's before I go to bed or when I wake up in the morning, I take that swig and you get that face like, "Oh," but you're like, "I'm doing something good for myself though. This is really my stomach is responding to this." But why not take it a step further just like you did? And you don't need to make this yourself. Just go ahead and get a hold of the Urban Farmhouse. Let's talk about like your offerings. You've got some cool offerings coming up here. Do you mind?
I don't. So, let's see here on my website and on the on Etsy as well. Any three bottles, 8.5 ounce bottles, okay, and yes, you will receive this flip top bottle right here. Um, these you will get free shipping on any of these, okay? That's a really good deal, especially right
It
now.
is for
We're
sure.
actually doing this all the way up until the 21st this month. That'll be the last day that packages will go out, okay, so that you can get those in time for Christmas. The, my next one right here would be my 3 1 ounce bottles. These are all a variety pack. It's going to come to you random. Okay. One of these right here is $14. You will get a random selection of 3 1 ounce bottles in it. Okay. And then finally, one more. And this one you get to pick. So I have what's called mocktail sets. Pick any shrub, any single shrub. Tell me it's a mocktail set. I'll have them on there as a choice for you. And you're going to receive Martinelli's apple cider, sparkling apple cider along with it, okay, as your mocktail set.
Oh my goodness. I'm just in love with all of this, the whole package. I'd buy anything from you to begin with, but having a great, just an artisan product is so cool. You are a Colorado product. Where are you out of?
So we actually live on the other side of Colorado Springs. We are in Falcon, Colorado. Go to the east. That's where we're at, and it's a smaller area, but growing like crazy here.
Mhm. This is how you can support local Colorado businesses right here. It's a pleasure for me to be able to tell your story and to have you on the Modern Eater. Just such cool products, and this project is something that I can't wait. It's the sky's the limit with it, Priscilla, and Priscilla Koch here with us, and the Urban Farmhouse. Thank you for your time today. I'm going to put a little ribbon on this, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And again, that's how you support local and Colorado. And Priscilla, you can tell that she's just very passionate about her project and her products. And that's something that we love to share with you. So do yourself a favor, check out their website, and I'll have the link down below here and in the description. But you'll want to check out all the social media as well. Just a really cool Instagram too. While you're doing that, why don't you look at the Modern Eaters Instagram and go over and check out our website too, themoderneater.com. Supporting local is our passion as well. And you can check out and subscribe if you would to our YouTube channel. So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, those are the big three. You can find them all on the Modern Eater, and we'll share more stories just like this and the Urban Farmhouse. Check them out, would you? Okay, we're going to do more of these. Keep going, stay tuned, and most of all, have yourself a